Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are.
Hello, good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all today. Hello.
I think I'm having a little technical difficulties. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, awesome. Just wanted to make sure. A little delayed.
No, you're good. Yeah, I can hear you still come in.
Okay, awesome. Well, yes, everyone. Hopefully, I'm matching my words right now. We may have a little technical difficulties, but welcome everyone that is here with us, celebrating NFTs still every day. If you're not buying
Absolutely.
right now, you're at least learning and building. So
Absolutely. Everybody, it feels like every time you look around, it's like everybody's building. Everybody's just building away, just building. And there's
that's
nothing wrong with building. Rush while things are just like down in the market, that's the best time to be building and just focusing on your own project. And so when the time does come for the market to move, you're already in a position and you're ready to go. So definitely,
that's
building is the thing you're gonna hear everybody doing right now.
especially for projects too. Also, like you say, we're as the consumer side of us buying or investing in them. But then you also like say the projects themselves. They know if they're in this space, they're still building, making sure to get everything right and continue because this is for the long term, not just a flipping thing. So let's go ahead and
And
also start sharing some here. Let's get this going for you. Okay, so we're going to start sharing some news that's happening this week. Some people may have been allowed list or whitelisted for this this land drop from Sports Metaverse today. Well, if you would have received an email, if you did get one of the spots to be allowed listed to be able to mint this week, if you're looking to purchase, of course, you do see some of the different price points here, the different sizes that they have on the land. And like I did say, of course, if you were picked, you did get to you would have received an email already. There is still another way to join this list. Of course, they want you to do a couple of things with joining certain people on Twitter, submitting your address, and the mailing list. That could be a couple of reasons. Maybe the project didn't get enough whitelist spots or allow list spots, or maybe they have more available. So there is still a way if you do want to try to attempt to get that spot. You can see if you do get the silver list spot, it's going to be dropping on the 14th also, but it's going to be just at a later time in the day. And then you can see some of the partners that are in there. We are looking at this project also. Of course, Roham, Dapper Labs. Then, of course, Crypto Kitties, NBA Top Shots, and the list goes on. So definitely some people here. You can see the founder of Dapper Labs, NBA Top Shot Flow, co-founder. You see some rappers and other things other people that may have also invested, athletes, and along the lines of that. You can go ahead and check out the team. Everybody is doxed, so you can able to come over and see who's actually on that project. Figure out if it's one that you want to invest in for whatever reason. Of course, it's going to be a sports metaverse, and so there's going to be different themes of different sports that will be built out. You may have soccer and other things like that, but of course, you can come over and pay some more attention to that if it is something that you're interested in for the land sale that is coming up this week. Like I did say, you can see some of the things they go over. Will be available in the future. If you do miss out on this one today, of course, they have 36 private land, soccer land, baller land, cricket land, and many more. So if you don't get this now, it's not going to be the worst. You can kind of see how it's going to go, and then you can come back around to it when they have some more future drops. Sometimes, if you do get the first drop, they allow you to get the second drop by owning one of the first drops. So it just depends to you if you want to currently buy that. And as you can see, the coin it's going to take, it's not going to be ETH icons. So it does say some ways that you can get that currency. So it may be a little more difficult for some people right now to buy that, maybe because they're not familiar with certain exchanges or something. So if you do want to go in and purchase that, you can attempt to do that yourself, but definitely do some more research to the team and other things about what the project will be doing. And even you see some of these great partner names that's also included in that. Let's see here.
awesome.
Then we have some more news. GameStop, of course, they did have some layoffs. So people have been saying that side of things, but they're also launching their public beta NFT marketplace. We just know GameStop, especially for a marketplace of gamers, they already have an established clientele. So them incorporating NFT to their marketplace or a whole nother marketplace for NFTs. They're just trying to be ahead of everything, trying to stay in business. They've made a lot of different moves in the last year in different ways. People have come in behind them and rallied behind them and got their stocks and stuff back up through different points. And so, yeah, this time around, it is going to be their marketplace that they have launched. It's also a marketplace where people can go and create. And so you see a lot of people actually going over there and applying to be a creator also on the marketplace. And that's really important too with some things. If marketplaces are starting out, you can get established early. If not, a lot of people don't know about them and get your name out there. So it's just another marketplace or another site if you're a creator also that you can go on to apply to be a creator and see if you can, get on there or not. It's just more opportunity for you. The more places that have clientele of people that are putting them on their sites are connecting them to their brand. It's going to make a good, like I say, that mainstream adoption is where you're really trying to get to with a lot of these things.
And Amy, we might just have to. I'm getting texts about the stream. We might just have to go to to the most important ones today, because
Okay.
I don't think it's coming in right now. So
Okay.
don't just give me the biggest ones out. It just might not be able to
Yeah.
last too long today.
Oh, no problem. So let's go just cover over some of these. You see Serena Williams has now joined the Artifact family. Her CloneX is really, really cool. You see the puff jacket and everything. Yeah, so we know Serena's part of Nike. We don't know what other athletes will be coming into this space, but just to get some of that traction, getting other people out there, them also showing what brands or what NFTs they're also partnering with, also is very important. So this was something exciting to see for us that are already invested in the artifact community. Just getting another person out there showing their clone also and some of the impacts it may have.
I was like, go, little Serena. I was excited to see her little post. I said, go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead, sis. Love to see it over here.
That's right. Already at about 2,500 likes. And so that was just put out yesterday or this morning. Yes, this morning.
No, just put out.
So yeah, that's really exciting to see. The casting call for the clones. If you do have a CloneX, you can do some casting calls. You can get your clone to hopefully be able to show up on this. This is a surprise project, so we don't know what it's going to be. You don't know if it's a game. You don't know if it's a movie. You don't know anything about what it could be. But they are having casting calls for your clone. So most you have to do is come in and say a couple of things and drop your clone picture, and that's it. And so some people have been putting in different things and different stuff about why they should be picked or chosen. And that's as simple as what you do want to do if you want your clone to have a chance at being casted for this next upcoming secret project.
Yes, I put 3 of my little babies up, and I hope they get picked. I want my 3 are friends. They want to be friends. And they want to go together.
Take them as a group.
As a group, we're a group that's unbreakable. Please take all of them.
That's right.
Yeah, all 3 of them are available. All 3 of my babies are available.
And then for those that were able to make the CloneX event, the Gagosian event, that are actually, there's 2 different drops, but this is the one that if you did attend the in real life event out in New York back in May, you were able to get this wearable with your clone or any, hopefully avatar you have will be able to put this on in the metaverse and you'll be able to walk around and wear it with your avatar. There's also another that came out that you had to, I believe we did this because I was in line talking about this. So
that's what I was. When I was looking through, because I know we looked at the shirt drop, but then I remember when I read that little part about another drop, like if you were actually there and did the on cyber, I remember I was like, yo, go in the little line. We don't know what we're doing, but I was like, just go in the little virtual thing and just everybody get in there real quick. We went in there. I don't know how they're tracking any of that or where their drop is supposed to go, but we did that.
Yes, because it was a big thing, especially talking about, normally they always do something. So if you did go online with onto the on cyber, which we did, you're going to get also this airdrop to you. But like I said, some people may have a little bit of issue of connecting, but there was someone to reach out to. If you happen to notice that you did go back in May and did this, if you come over to Artifact's tweet, there's some more information in regards to who you need to reach out to if you had that type of issue or if you had any issue with getting this one. At one point, it was almost trading close to about 1 ETH. I haven't checked the price on it recently again, but most of these items are free. Even if you just wanted to sell them to make a few $100s, some of these were selling a higher of 500, 600, maybe lower now, even 300. But like I said, it generally is a free NFT, so you can decide if you want to continue to hold on to that NFT or sell it for some money. It is 100% specifically up to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see. Let's go here. Oh, yeah. This Korean fintech giant plans to create 10K Web3 jobs and bear market. So some people are, stopping and laying off, and some are planning on hiring. It just depends on where you got caught up in the market at. If you got caught up and it all of a sudden ETH dropped, so it's different platforms and different projects maybe hadn't even been in the space yet, and they're entering now at a lower point than other people have been in this space, and so they have more opportunity to be able to also create this because they may not have as many losses that are in the space. So just another thing. We know Facebook did it last. We'll see now. It's going to be helping people globally in different places, making money, creating different jobs for those families and stuff. So it's pretty cool to see how it's going to take off, not only here, but in other places, of course.
And they're still investing a ton of money into it. And so I was like really excited about that too.
That's right.
Super exciting.
And
Oh my gosh. Okay, are you starting any? I don't know. I don't know if you said. Oh no, so like with the FDIC and Voyager, so last week, and please, like y'all, like we don't want to pester y'all on this, but we want to make sure we are helping y'all on this. But last week we were talking about Voyager and letting you guys know about like making sure like you own your crypto, making sure you're putting your crypto in places that you have full access to. That self-custody stuff is so important right now, because a lot of exchanges like with Voyager, we were talking about them last week, they had just slowed down the withdrawals, deposits, and transactions and stuff on their platform. But that was 2 weeks ago. But then it was last week. But then I believe on Friday, they came out and actually did they filed for bankruptcy. And so now people are trying to figure out like, how are they going to even get money? Is there anything that can even happen? And there's been like small things occurring where like they've been changing the like the end user agreements, like the little things when you sign up, make an account on some platform, and there's like the whole bunch of terms and conditions and text that nobody ever reads. So like they've been going back, a lot of different exchanges have been going back and changing some of those interim agreements, making it that people can't come back in and even sue Voyager, sue that crypto exchange if something is to go wrong. Even in this case with the FDIC, people were trying to figure out, because at one point Voyager was saying that if they were FDIC, having the FDIC like insurance and stuff like that in case something ever did happen to their platform. But when like reading into some of the little smaller details, some people were saying that the FDIC stuff only came into play if the bank that was backing Voyager went down, then there'd be some type of compensation that could occur. But it's not supposed to be like in the fine print, like the FDIC stuff might not apply to the cryptocurrency things. And so even with the in-term agreements that they were sending out to people, there's like even like hidden clauses talking about people can't even come back and sue for their money. And so people are just losing thousands of dollars right now because the crypto market is just so, because it's going down so much, a lot of these exchanges are just so overexposed. And so if there's any chance you can own your money, making sure you don't have money left on a lot of these exchanges, putting your money in a trust wallet, a MetaMask, a cold storage, anything that you personally own, so that you have full access to your funds, because you just don't want to be in a situation where you have money locked away and you cannot access it. If you can have it in a trust, like keep it it's a private thing that you personally own, so that you're not stuck in a situation like a lot of people are right now.
That's right. As you said, that's really important. Be able to access your own funds. Exchanges are there. Of course, you can save money because even certain coins are cheaper. So you may not be using Uniswap and you're trying to save money on exchanges. But this is the other side of that, about you not owning those private keys. And so if the site goes down, your money goes with it until they want to free it up. So like she's saying, definitely important to make sure you control your funds. You have those, putting them in your trust wallets, especially multi-coin wallets. They usually are able to go over there and add a different network or chain. If it's not Ethereum, of course, you can go do different exchanges that you can add on to that in your wallet. So if the coin is supported, and that's your choice of which one you do pick. We're not saying do Trust Wallet or MetaMask. A lot of different projects maybe have built-in MetaMask and things like that. But most importantly, like she's saying, it is you controlling your money and your funds. And then Madison, also that the 3 arrows wanted.
Yeah, the 3 arrows was also because when I was reading about the 3 arrows, I was like, I thought 3 arrows was supposed to be like one of the backers for Voyager. And so I read this, I started with this article, and then I was like, wait, what's happening with Voyager? And then I saw Voyager was actually was bankrupt. 3 arrows is also supposed to be going bankrupt as well. And so they were bringing in billions of dollars. That they were a huge company that was doing a lot of things in investments. And now 3 arrows is going under. And so it's really, this article talked about even their NFT portfolio. And so you can definitely go through and read some more of this. But it's really just talking about like right now, a lot of these companies, they're in it to make sure that they can protect themselves. You're not, like, the truth of the matter is they're not concerned about your money. They're making sure that at all times they are protected. And so whether that be locking up your funds to ensure that they personally are okay at the end of the day, they will do that. And they have the access to shut your stuff down. Because I don't know what was I reading? It was like they were also like trying to emphasize too that, like, even when you were participating in some of these exchanges, somebody was trying to say, like, you don't really even own the coins that you're buying on there. Like, hidden underneath it, it's like it's so much stuff that's coming out in their fine print that they're trying to like protect themselves at the end of the day. And so if at all costs, if you can just make sure that you're protecting yourself, that's the biggest thing as well. Because and that's the next thing that a lot of people are trying to figure out too, is there going to be a lot more regulations that are coming into play on this. And a lot of people in crypto, like, they got into crypto so that they could get away from some of the regulations and like being able to have more of some of their money in place. But in the same breath, these regulations can prevent a lot of the things that like this that are occurring, that are just allowing exchanges just to close down and just take your money away. But it's kind of like that double-edged sword with a lot of these things, and that if they do bring a lot more regulations in, it could keep the little guy out from being able to come in and invest. It could keep you might have to have certain certifications to come in and invest, a certain quantity of money, be susceptible. There's could be a lot more things that can come into play if you do give a lot more regulations in, and so it can keep a lot of smaller people out of this situation, or keep a lot more people out of crypto. And so it's a hard one, because like you want the regulation to make sure things like this just don't just up and happen. But at the same time, you also want to be able to participate and invest wisely and get the proper education and not be blocked from it and just let the big guys just continue making the money. So it's a lot, but at all costs in any situation, you do have to make sure you're doing a lot of self accountability to make sure you are protecting yourself at the end of the day. Absolutely, number one thing.
That's 100% right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then we see Justin Sun says he may spend $5 billion to save crypto, even as USDD fights to hold peg. So people have gone back and forth. He stepped up and said he was going to be bail out some companies. They're facing some financial hardships, or didn't anticipate the crash. A lot of people that have been building in this space already for some years may already anticipate different crashes, maybe even take profit, and a lot don't. So as you can see, a lot of these exchanges are being affected by that, and so they did. Justin Sun did come out and say he's going to spend that $5 billion. People were saying because they thought that the USDD was failing, that he may not be able to have that, but I don't think they all know where his money at. So I don't
They
know where
don't know.
yeah.
They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
I know.
Yeah, that's part right. And so so for him to spend the $5 billion and try to help some of these companies, it's going to benefit a lot of the people that are like have bought on those exchanges and they have shut down. This hopefully will help some of those companies not have to go that route. And so it's good to also see someone that's in the space willing to do things like this, true believer in the space, and wanting to make sure it does be successful. And so a lot of people have made so much money, depending on what you have done in crypto for many years now. And so that $5 billion may definitely be nothing. Like it just, yes. So
A little drop in the whole bucket. They ain't nothing. They ain't blink twice.
yeah, that part. And so, it's just good to see. And so hopefully some of that will take place, and we'll see which companies, because he said even after this happened, a lot of people have started reaching out and trying to get some type of help and assistance. And so we'll see over the next week or so how those things pan out. We know we're still definitely in a bear market. So we'll see how things are going to be in the next month. Last time we came out of this in about August, but you never know. Things can be before or after. So you just have to be willing to invest what you can lose or what you can wait on, because that's really going to be the thing now. If you're in it and you're already down, you're now waiting for the recovery to happen. And so hopefully it's not that long on things for that recovery, but definitely happy to see, some people are stepping up in different ways to try to make sure that this space and the people that are in this space are able to continue to build, and the consumers are also protected.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. If you did go into the NBA Top Shot or do the VIP for the upcoming event that's going to be out here, they do have the event schedule. They also will have you have the VIP again. They just want to make sure you do. They see they had 500 plus that did VIP. They do have the the events of what things will be happening out there, the takeover, some of the things they have, a live show, who will also be there. You have some, they did have some retired players that will be coming out also. And so also if you had like a Cool Courts owner, there's another event that you'll be entitled to, like here, the Nine Lives Lounge. You have to be a Cool Cats owner of the whole, what are those? The whole car
Collection.
collection. Yeah.
I don't know collection.
That part. And so you see it's 2 days that they'll be doing some different events. I think it's, yeah, only 2 days. And then you see this one's an invite only, but then you can RSVP if you are in the Vegas area and you're going to be wanting to do any of those things. You can do that. Currently, you should have received an email if you did RSVP, and then they want you to do it again. Even previously, you see this line here to go ahead and RSVP again. So that's if you're in the area. Not to say you have to travel for this, or it might be a cheap flight in your area. I don't know. You might get stuck somewhere too, depending on where you at.
Not
So
get
I
stuck.
don't wish it on nobody. Yes.
Not get stuck.
And as you even see before, we've talked about companies, losing money in this space. And you also see brands and companies that are actually still raising money, no matter what the volatility or what's going on currently in this space. They know how important NFTs will be to the ecosystem and a whole, to the community and to the people that will continue to build into it. It's good. It's the future. No matter how you're looking at things, they've done their research on things. Of course, Amico, we know, is connected with lots of different mini projects that they are putting their money into. But to see that they're still raising 75 million right now, you follow the money. And so they're not like most of these brands. They're going to continue to build. They know what the future holds. These things, just because it's tied to also with crypto, they're going to fluctuate with things. But we're so early that a lot of us, as long as we know how to go look for the right projects, we're just adding them into our collection and seeing exactly what will happen. And not everything, has to be added into a collection of just as an investment. Of course, it's also the enjoyment of things. So there's always projects you'll buy that have nothing to do with maybe you wanting it to go to 100,000. Of course, there are those projects, but there are also art and things that you will see that you, of course, will want to invest in. And it's just because of the beauty of the art that you like it. And it's not anything about investment. So it's just more about the purchase of the item for what you do see. And that's, I tried to rush through because I know we had a little technical difficulties on our end.
Oh, you're good. I think, okay, so you're good to go. Perfect. Other than that, yeah, sorry you guys about that. I don't know what's going on with, it was like both our sides. Like we're not even in the same house or anything like that. So I don't know what's going on with the platform today. But that is all for today though, y'all. If y'all are still able to go onto our Facebook group, we do have a free Facebook group for you guys to come in and learn more about NFTs. We do post on Twitter as well at Sisters Talk NFTs. And we do have plenty of videos, plenty of videos on YouTube that you can go back and watch and learn some things, get nuggets out of each different video that is on the YouTube channel. And there's tons of videos. Tons of videos there. But other than that, y'all, we will see y'all next week. And we hope y'all have a great week.
Yes, have a great week.